welcome to Gorilla Radio number 222. We have a special guest today, Howie Cotty, our expert Newcastle ranker for, geez, how long have you been doing it? You've been doing it for a while, haven't you?
Yeah, probably. Probably about at least 8 years.
Yeah, that's us because Zach handed it off to you. It's always been a Perry guy.
Yeah. Zach, I bet it's been longer than that. Then
Yeah.
Because Thornton did it for a little bit, the first
Yeah.
few years. Then Zach picked it up.
and then Zach moved. Yep, passed it to me.
I mean,
Let's ask Zach when he moved.
Zach was up there whenever he was already in Wisconsin when Gable and all those guys and Mark Hall were going through. So
Yeah,
it's
Yep.
been a while.
That's
yeah.
might be closer to 10 years now. I just thought about that as we opened the thing. I was like, man, you've been doing it for a while. So yeah. So our expert Newcastle ranker, we're gonna talk Newcastle wrestling. Mike, you have any rants this morning today?
Man, I caught enough. We'll figure something out as it goes. I got a lot of messages about yesterday. I didn't want it to overshadow the East Chicago semi-state show, but had some opinions. Some people told me their opinions, which you can agree with them or not.
Yeah. So that's a fun little rant. I know I got some messages and probably not as many as you. So that's always good to have a couple rants. We can't rant and rank things all the time though. So we will be doing a ranking Thursday with Dustin. It is Dustin's birthday, so if you did not see the awesome graphic, he always has great pictures to steal to make graphics. I can tell you that much.
Oh, he looks like he's a hell of a dancer.
Well, get enough liquid courage in him. I think we might be able to see that on Friday night at our at the after show. As a reminder that we will be having that after show at the hangar after the first round. So, oh man, Bailey's even saying that you're. Oh man, is that not showing?
I was gonna say I didn't see any of the comments in there.
They should be showing. I just saw it on there, but
Yeah, I don't see comments. I don't see anything.
they should be. I see them on the side.
Yeah, the hangar was good last year. I thought it was I'm glad that we're doing it again. I thought that was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I missed that here last year. I can't remember what happened.
Party too hard. You're a man of the streets.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm darn it. I don't know why the comments aren't working today. Maybe I need to.
It's gonna be the cleanest show ever, man.
Mike's there we go. Hey, we got him. We got him here on the side. So yes. We're gonna go at the hangar probably 7:38ish for about an hour and a half, and then we'll hang out and talk some wrestling off the air, the Gorilla pre-show. So
we think we're gonna go an hour and a half, then you get there and then it goes 2 to 3 hours every time.
Yeah. It depends on who's there. Well, if you're in person, might get you on the mic. If you it's always good to have the parents on because they know a lot more details almost than most people about their kids' weight classes because they're that guy, we wrestled them 3 years ago at ISWA State and it was a 4-3 match. We won in ride outs or whatever. And or they'll these two guys wrestled back 16 years ago at the Crown Point Biddy tournament, things like that. So,
and I always like getting those guys on because I think everyone feels like, oh man, I'll just jump on and I can run it. Like I can do what you guys do. It's so easy. And then they get on there and they're like, I don't really want to say anything bad about anybody. It's like, I know, and don't just talk, man.
So we will dive right in. Let's see if I can get this. Whoa. There's Mike. He's big. Newcastle. Let's see.
The beards look white.
There we go. Got nice big brackets. So 106. Starting off with a good quarter bracket. Ethan Bayless, number 9. He has Trayvon Elmore from North Central. And then Lucas Scott, number 3. Southmont took his first loss last week. He has Colton Seeley of Franklin County. So that's going to be a tough matchup right there for two sophomores who are pretty tough little guys. They're looking for a state. Both will be in the hunt for a state medal. Whoever wins that match. Any comments? Any takes on this, Howie?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm looking at Bayless to pull it off, but I would have had Scott, but last week I had him ranked number two. I think I had him ranked one above Bayless. Um, but that loss to Culp last week. I don't know if he had an off day or what, but gonna have to wrestle better than that to beat Bayless. So I got Bayless making out that little foursome.
And Scott has had a great year. I mean, that's not a good time to have your first loss. Obviously, I think that he was, going to have a tough one the next match either way.
Yeah.
But you'd probably rather have that culp draw. But Ethan Bayless is really good at IPO. I thought. He took two of those three losses at Al Smith, Joe
Mm-hmm.
Hamilton, and Julian DeLuna, two guys that having really good seasons also. So
Yeah, it'll be a good match. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, going down, you got Carter Sanford, number 18, from Roncalli, won the Perry Regional. He has Truett Wolf of Pendleton Heights, then Noah Van Falsen of Rushville, and Nolan Culp, who we talked about. He beat Scott in the semifinals last week, and probably gave himself a little bit better shot. I'd rather have an 18th ranked guy than a ninth. So not an easy match either way, but definitely a little bit more winnable. So a little bit of disagreement in here because Sanford's ranked higher in the semi-state and Culp's ranked higher in the state. So I'll let you guys discuss this on the air.
obviously we get those. I get those messages a lot. Like, how can he be higher here? And it's like, well, two different guys are doing it. So, yeah, I thought Nolan Culp's had a really good season. He took some losses early on, and then I was hoping to see Carter Stanford at Team State, but I know he was out of the lineup, so we didn't get to see him there. So I wasn't really 100% sure how healthy he was going to be and where he was going to be at there. So I think it's going to be a really good one. 25-4, Culp's tough, man.
Yeah, it is.
Really good incoming freshman. I think he had a really good middle school state last year. Let me see what he was. He was runner up last year at middle school state to Hunter Pearson, who will be, I'm sure he'll be in the mix next year. He had wins there over Carter Gary, Eli Kincaid. So that'll be a good match, especially for team points too. You're gonna want Cathedral and Ron Collier are gonna be in the mix. Both those guys are gonna have to, pull those guys through.
Well, Pearson's is that the one that's from Floyd Central?
Oh yeah, he's at Fort Central. My fault. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he's got my guy Schofield.
Yep, that'd be a good match.
Yeah. Stanford. I like Stanford just because of the room he's in. Not taking anything away from him, Southeastern, but Carter's got, he's got Shutley and Morrow, two good, state guys. So I don't know, and I know Carter Stanford's big. He's pretty big, 6-pounder.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, that's going to be kind of a theme here with Cathedral, Roncalli, and New Pal are all three pretty much in the mix for the team semi-state, and that's going to be interesting seeing how that plays out. Roncalli, based on our power poll, it's always 100% accurate. Roncalli has a 4.5 point lead over Cathedral. The New Pal is about 17 points behind, but that's pretty easy to make up if someone like Scott beats Bayless. That's huge. That'll help. That helps Cathedral and Roncalli. Obviously, Cathedral more, or actually helps New Pal and Roncalli. But the same goes down for that next quarter bracket. So they'll be, New Pal will be rooting for those guys to lose there. But going down, Connor Maddox, number one in the state.
He's pretty good.
State. He's good.
Yeah.
Aiden Grimsley, freshman from East Central, 18-18. Good luck. Go out there and try a headlock.
Rock the world, man.
No one ranked in this quarter bracket. Ray Flichty from Garen Catholic and Sebastian Stilts from New Pal, solid freshman. Even if New Pal doesn't punch a ticket here, which is not the most likely thing, winning that first round match would be huge for them to get a few extra team points.
Yeah.
Close that gap on the other teams.
I'm going to take Maddox.
Yeah, I think that's a fair. Sebastian Stizzy's wrestled really well this year too. As a freshman, I know he's on the watch list. 17-9. I know Palestine wrestled a pretty tough schedule, so that should be a good first round match. 18-3 freshman. I don't know a lot about Rafe, but yeah, the winner of that. I mean, keep close to weight. You never know. Like obviously, we've seen some guys miss weight through the tournament, but I would, put a good amount of money that Connor Maddox is a good chance to win the semi-state.
Yeah.
So the bottom quarter bracket, another undefeated wrestler, Mason Baylor from Milan, freshman, having a real good year. He has Baker Stoffacher from Zionsville, Oliver Miller, Lawrence North versus Henry Intrabus, Noblesville. Noblesville qualified all 14, and didn't win regional didn't win regional, which is kind of crazy. So that could be a real good match. Baylor, solid freshman, but Noblesville's wrestled a real good schedule. They wrestle in the was it the Hoosier Heartland? Is that what their conference is? Hoosier something whatever. Really tough conference with a lot of really good wrestlers, including Maddox and and Huddleston and a bunch of other really good wrestlers. So a lot of good losses on that record right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to pick Baylor because he's undefeated, but Milan, I'm not sure how tough their schedule really is. But any four of those kids, I think, can actually make it out. That Miller, he dropped down to 6, so he was a 13 for most of the year. So he's a good size 6-pounder, which is not everything size, but I mean he's a good sized kid, athletic. And Antrobus, how do you pronounce it? Antrobus.
I
Sounds right. I mean he's had a pretty good year too, so I wouldn't be a bit surprised if any. That's pretty much up in the air, I think.
Yeah, I think that first match up top, I think that'd be a good match too. I think Stoffacher of Zionsville, we've seen him at Al Smith. He looked pretty good. I mean, 22-11, Zionsville is going to have him ready. Baylor's tough, man. Like I think that he had a tough middle school state last year where he was injured. I believe he was slammed and then had to default down to 6th. But I know a lot of people in the youth stuff had him pretty highly regarded. They thought he was going to win that weight class. And then, like how I said, Antrobus and Miller would be a good one off the bat too. So that's a wide open quarter. If it was seeded, I think it's seeded pretty well, like with state experience and things like that too. Other than if you're Lucas Scott, you probably want to be in a different spot than that.
Yeah, I had 3 of the 4 ranked.
Yeah, that should be a good one. And the one with only one ranked kid is probably the easiest quarter bracket to pick. So
yeah,
watch Upset City, boys.
Yeah, there's always something crazy that happens at Newcastle. We could rank the top 5 craziest things that's ever happened at Newcastle, and you might do about 50. That's one thing. 113, Andrew Elmore, Zionsville, regional champ, only 2 losses. He has Fort Zaire from Lawrence Central, Chase Mix, Eastern Hancock, and then Eli Kincaid. Noblesville, freshman, having a real good year. His brother's pretty good. He's obviously the smaller of the brothers. So you have a number 6 and 7 in the semi-state and number 30 in the state. So sneaks into the last rankings. So Elmore having a pretty good junior year.
Yeah, that's again, I think it comes down to, not to take anything away from Lawrence Central or Eastern Hancock, but coming in with double-digit losses, your chances of making the state are probably limited, I think, unless you're coming from like one of the power schools that wrestle all over the place. Even though Noblesville, he's got double-digit losses, but I mean, I think it's between Elmore and Kincaid.
Yeah, Kincaid, his dad's a region guy, so always shout out to the region. He was a Hobart guy. Elmore kind of flew to the radar. He wasn't at Al Smith. He wrestled 23, I believe, at IHPO, which, I mean, now you're at 13. So, I mean, I would assume that you're pretty big for the weight. I haven't seen him. But yeah, 21-2. I think I might have been sleeping on him at that 30 ranking. And then he went out, and I thought he had a really good win in the regional championship also.
Yeah, he would have beaten
Braden Head.
Braden Head. That's a pretty good win.
Yeah, that is.
Braden Head. He wrestled really good at Al Smith both years.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that is.
go ahead. Bottom next quarter bracket, you got Caleb Morrow, returning state qualifier, 2-time state qualifier, junior. I did update that. I did update his grade. I think they had him listed as a sophomore. I think Roncalli must have finagled his grade.
So Kincaid beat Elmore at the conference.
Oh,
and then Elmore beat Kincaid. So 9-8 and then 8-5. So that could be a good one.
No better place for the rubber match. Caleb Morrow, 2-time state qualifier at Roncalli, having a real good junior year. He has Will Lakes, Hamilton Southeastern. Grant Horning, Lapel. He has Olivia Kral, one of the two lone surviving girls in the state series. She's ranked number 8 in the semi-state, 28 in the state. So Morrow in a good spot. I think Morrow has wrestled her sister. So familiar with the family.
Yeah.
Mike Morgan said we're hating on the LC guys with double-digit losses. They make runs.
Gave him more credit if he didn't come from there.
Tell him it's not 2005 anymore.
I think Will Lakes has had a good year too. He's had some really good results. Morrow's tough, man, and he's a scrapper guy. I know at the team state that was a big win for them. I believe he was getting majored against the Lowell kid, Deshaun Thomas, and just stayed in the match. Ended up coming back. I think he ended up winning by major. So just a kid that likes to scrap, man. Probably a better room. Not to dismiss what he was doing at Indianapolis Lutheran, but I'm sure that Roncalli room's a little bit better when you got, Shutley right there with you too.
Yeah,
Stanford and
right out of my mouth. I was getting ready to talk about that. I mean, he 2-time state qualifier already. I guess one was in 8th grade since only a sophomore, but 2-time there already, and that was in the Lutheran room. Like I said, I'm not taking anything away from Lutheran, but the kids he's wrestling with on a daily basis is a little better at Roncalli.
Yeah, and shout out to Olivia Kral. I know, we kind of hit on it a little bit, but to make it this far, there's a lot of people in the state that didn't make it to the semi-state, and to be one of the only two. I think there's only 2 female wrestlers competing in the boys' side overall, right?
Yeah.
So and both are at the semi-state. So
yep, she's only a junior, so she has one more year. Hoping to punch her ticket just like her sister. So it'll be interesting to see her. This match. I mean, I believe her sister beat Morrow, so he's looking to get some revenge.
Got the family game plan. Got the scouting report going.
Hey, you never know. Maybe her sister will don the singlet and no one will know. So next bottom half bracket, you got Robert Peacock from Richmond, sophomore, 32-2. Holden Oldham from Alexandria Monroe, Emmett Walters from North Vermilion, and Blake Doss, the only one ranked from New Pal, number 25 in the state. He has 8 losses. New Pal's wrestles a good schedule, so he's probably the favorite to get out of there, but you can't, he's not going to be able to overlook any of these guys, especially guys with only a few losses.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Doss. He's hard. I mean, he had his older brother too that did well. I think he actually wrestles for U of I now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're tough kids.
Yeah, I think he's had some tough draws at the semi-state. So I think this is probably of the draws that are there is probably the one he would want the most.
Yep.
Obviously, no ranked guys in there. That, doesn't mean that those guys can't win. Obviously, there's going to be guys that were not ranked this year that's going to qualify. But having that ranking next to your name, wrestling that schedule, I think helps out a lot. They wrestle a really tough schedule.
Oh yeah.
And the bottom quarter bracket, not a good draw here. Tate St. Laurent, number one in the semi-state, third in the state. He has Ryan McNeil of Shenandoah. Andrew Hecox of Greenfield Central will have Braden Head, number 12 in the state, number three in the semi-state. Head actually outplaced Laurent at the Al Smith. They did not see each other. I mean, they saw each other. They did not wrestle.
Yeah.
I'm sure they met up. So that will be a really good match. Tough, Braden Head takes a tough loss at regional, and then that does not bode well for him to run into Laurent, who's having a real good sophomore year.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was gonna just piggyback off that. Ed's had a really good year. I mean, he's taken a couple losses I didn't think he, would have took, but overall, like, he's had a fantastic year, and he's tough as nails. And it's probably not the draw he wanted, but got to wrestle it.
Yeah, I think both years we saw Braden Head at Al Smith. I've always been really impressed. This year, a runner-up, he had some really good wins over some guys with medals. St. Laurent, 3 losses. I think one was out of state, and the other 2 to Daniel Brown. So, and he lost last year Friday night to Daniel Brown. So, in a good spot here to possibly get to the finals and hopefully not see Daniel Brown if he does on Friday night.
Yeah.
So 120 freshman Jeremy Aiden Carver. Other names I believe his dad gave me other names I could use, but I don't think that's friendly. When I asked earlier in the year, I'm like, okay, so what do we want on his profile? And I gave him some suggestions, and he's like, he liked a couple of my other ones, but I chose the Jeremy. Having a real good freshman year, coming on, wrestling really well in January. So he has Jackson Ward of Southmont, Carter Gross of Hagerstown. He will have Colin Clark of Perry Meridian, number 13 in the state, third in the semi-state. So that could be 1 and 3 in the semi-state. They did not wrestle earlier in the year, so I'm sure that could be a real good match.
Yeah. That could have some. I know. There's some people really upset that they didn't get to wrestle each other early in the
Yeah.
They'll get their chance now, more than likely, unless one of them's upset. But yeah, it looks like they're headed right for that direction.
Yeah, and Clark's had some really good wins. He had a really good Mooresville. So I think he had some big wins there. Wrestled really well. I mean, they didn't hit each other in the duel. I know there was some angry dad tweets. And like, hey man, like that's kind of how it works out sometimes, right? Like,
yeah,
and maybe it pays off for Perry Meridian that they didn't see him. And I mean, I think we're past the point of surprising people with different stuff, but maybe Carver's wrestled really well. I thought, early on he took the loss to Bridge. He took 2 losses at Ironman. I think he's adjusted to the weight really well. We've seen him at Al Smith. He dominated. He dominated the Al Smith. Got the OW, the most falls in the least amount of time. So I was texting Brady and saying, hey, don't leave, because I think if Harder Road didn't get like a first period fall, like Carver's the OW. And then he stayed, and good kid, man, super nice kid, really respectful. That's a tough draw, though. I mean, kind of looking at the other quarter brackets, Colin Clark's had a really good year, and so has Carver. So one of those guys going home, not ideal.
Yeah,
semi-state.
Yeah, Carver, I think, is the hottest right now, in my opinion. I mean, it's on fire right now. So,
boy, he looks strong. Like
yeah.
he looks like he's able to do some things. We talked about it at Folk Style State last year. Joe and I went there, and he's able to muscle some strong kids. So it looks like he's pretty strong himself, and it's not like he's overpowering. He's not like a huge jacked kid, and he grabs guys up and he's able to pin them.
Looks like he has some of that horn farm strength type. They don't look very intimidating, but once they get their hands on you, you're like, oh crap.
Bailey did tell me he's a pinner. He said Jeremy Carver is a pinner. So,
yeah. What does he know about wrestling?
Not much.
Not much. So next quarter bracket: Seth Lamb, Fishers, Deep Waters trained. Oh wait, oh I shouldn't. Wrong thing. Wrong one. Blake Weimer of Noblesville, tough sophomore, better golfer than he is a wrestler, but
That's what I heard.
so I mean, golf's more fun. You get to play it outside, nice weather. He bottom match is Ty Barnhart, number 7 in the semi-state, and Briggs Tackett of Rushville. Lamb's number 5 in the semi-state, and Barnhart is number 7.
Yeah, that Briggs Tackett, he's had a good last couple of years. He comes in, and I mean he's got 10 losses this year, but he usually comes in with not too many losses. Of course, I don't know all who Rushville wrestles, but he's I've seen him wrestle once last year, and he was solid. And Lamb's solid. So, but I guess you can't count one of the Weimer boys out. Dad's the coach.
Yeah, I think Lamb's had a good season. He's kind of bumped around some different weights to be 34-6 and kind of use them the way that Fishers has kind of used them around. I know he's been up at 26. I know he has some losses there. He has some wins there. He has some losses at 20. But yeah, Weimer's 19-19. The entire quarter bracket there is pretty good. Like they're solid guys. Briggs Tackett at Rushville. I know he's on the watch list. I know he's had the UCM and ISWA. I believe he was at freshman sophomore state last year. And then Ty Barnhart's been there forever too. He's been on the watch list, been in the rankings. So that'll be a good first round match. But Barnhart and Tackett, and then the winner of that with Lamb and Weimer. I could see an unranked guy here punching a ticket, but like obviously with the number 19 by his name, those are results driven. They're not like because I like Cameron and I'm gonna like rank his guys higher. But like he's done it this year, but in a one and done situation, like I wouldn't be surprised if any of those 4 were to punch a ticket.
I agree.
Bottom half bracket, you got Carson Weiler from Batesville, number 27 in the state. He has Wesley Harbert of New Pal, Jaden McPherson of Alexandria, and against Aiden Driscoll of Westfield. Weiler is the only one with a ranking. I think Howie only ranked 8 of his. I think you only do 8. I think so. That's why there's a little less rankings. Mike did like 25 in the semi-state, just to make the brackets look better. So just as a heads up to people looking like, man, there's not very many ranked guys. It's up to the rankers how many they want to rank. I think you ranked 12. So
I did 10. I did 8 throughout the year, and then I moved it to 10.
Okay.
I went crazy right before semi-state or.
So
yeah. Obviously, we've seen Driscoll at I believe he was at Al Smith 30-12. Westfield's wrestled everybody. I mean, I know we were talking straight the schedule in our group text with the Fort Wayne guys. I would love to see where their strength of schedule falls at with Team State and Al Smith and the Shamrock Slam. Wesley Harbert is also pretty tough. 19-11 junior. He's been on the watch list. I know he's been kind of right on the brink of the rankings, and he'll take like a weird loss. But Carson Weimer, 43-3 sophomore. I believe his maybe someone related to him just had a really good middle school state also. So having a really good year. Obviously, he got the rankings right at the end.
Yeah.
I like
Westfield has a third ranked strength of schedule.
Number 3, who's 1 and 2?
Brownsburg and let me see. Hold on. I have it up. Brownsburg and Avon.
Pretty good.
4 is Crown Point, and then Center Grove 5, Moderate A 6.
Yeah, so those guys are going to come in battle tested. It's not, you see those guys with 10 losses. We kind of talked about it with Chesterton. You see the Westfield guys who are wrestling one of the best schedules in the state with 10 to 12 losses, and you're like, oh man, like he's lost a lot, but like they've wrestled, everybody. They were at Al Smith. They're hitting, now did he hit everybody at Al Smith for 12 losses? No, like you get, probably 2. But
yeah. And that also, that strength of schedule doesn't include the Curry Clash at the beginning of the season because no team scores were kept. So obviously he's probably not going to get over. I mean, two teams that were already there anyway. I think was Avon there. I can't remember.
The Curry Clash? I don't believe so.
I don't think they were, but Brownsburg was. So they might have been able to, I don't know what the what is Avon's. They might have been able to. I don't know, but yeah, a lot of good matches, and that's gonna pay off at this time of the year. I mean, having a lot of good matches. Bottom quarter, Peyton Shutley, returning runner up and champion in 2024. He has Tyler Wiley of Richmond, Carlo Federici of Carmel. Number 6 in the semi-state has Layden Morgan of Elwood. So got our first Kyle Airsman trained wrestler in the bracket.
Oh yeah, he's actually come on. I think. I mean, he started off a little slow this season, and Carlo and started getting going around the Mooresville tournament, holiday tournament.
He came down a weight class, right? Like he was up a little bit.
Yeah.
I think Mooresville might have been the first time he was down at 20.
Yeah, I think
he had a really good Mooresville. He had some good wins there. Tough spot. I mean, Shutley's a dog, man. Like that's a guy that I always feel like when you're talking the top 1% that he kind of gets overlooked, but he's in those matches. Like his match with Bell earlier this year, like he was right there to win. Obviously, he dropped one to Carver. He gave him a big. I think he gave up 7 in the first, and then just couldn't come back. Like beat Verduzco last year in the semis in a really great match. He's just a guy that grinds and like. Dude, I hate to say he flies under the radar because he's a champ and a runner up, but I don't feel like he's not getting maybe the love on the show or on the board that some of these other guys are getting, and he's really good. Like I'm a huge Peyton Shutley fan. I think he's a guy like I think we were talking in the group text whenever at the Curry Clash at the Center Grove thing that like he wrestled Bell really well. I thought he was going to win that match, and I was like, dude, like he's going to keep improving. I wouldn't doubt it if he won a state title. Now, 120 is a loaded weight class, and he's taken 2 losses in there, but dude, he's just a guy that goes, man.
Yeah, but don't you remember when we were in Evansville? I picked him.
Yep.
They're going to win it, and they did. But I mean, it wasn't. I mean, he was one of the top dogs, anyways. But it's not like I took a big shot in the dark. But yeah, he's a goer. I mean, you'll never be able to count him out. So
yeah,
I think those 3 and there's other ones too. But I love to see my top 3 is Bell, Carver, and Shutley, and I think any 3 of them can win it.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the Shutley and Carver rematch. See what adjustments were made by both teams. It was a good match. Carver got him for 7 in the first period, and then was able to.
They both rode each other out.
It was Shutley rode him out, and then I think he chose neutral, and just couldn't get a stall call, couldn't get anything going. It'll be interesting to see what changes in the next matchup. I definitely am going to purchase the streaming. It's only $15, and so I can watch the other semi-states when I'm in Fort Wayne.
Well, and he wrestles both of those guys. Honestly, you see it in the match when they. Shout out to whoever streamed that. We appreciate you,
Yes.
Because man, those guys both like hold position so well, but are also very like savvy on the mat, knowing where they're at, and then just rolling through some of those positions, and their scrambles are really good. That was a really good match. If obviously they'll be, however it plays out. Like obviously I'm not making the prediction. I think they're going to be in the finals. Like they'll be opposite sides of the bracket. So one of them had to wrestle Bell, but it'll be
go through both of them most likely.
Yeah,
and one might be right off the scale Saturday morning.
Yeah, that would be tough, man. But yeah, that's always the luck of the Indiana draw for the state quarterfinals, right?
Oh yeah.
126. Blake Getz, number 2 in the state, number 1 in the semi-state. He has Colton Harris, Milan. Colter Galloway, Hamilton Heights. He has number 6 in the semi-state, number 20 in the state, Bryce Glaze. Glaze was in that Southmont last year, right?
No, he was at I believe North Vermilion, right? He was coming out of that Mooresville regional.
Yeah, North or was it Putnam? I don't know. He was somewhere like that, but yeah, he was out. Yeah, I think you're right. But having a good junior year, 31-2, not exactly the best draw, but that wasn't you weren't gonna get a good draw out of there because you have Getz and Vols and who else was on the bottom half, Brody Weimer. So there's no easy draws out of this one, but having a good junior year and obviously gonna look to pull an upset.
Yeah, I got to go with Getz because my Alex's sister, which is, I mean, it's hard to explain. Well, it's Cody LeCount's sister. Their sister dates Getz, so I got to pick Getz to win it all, or I'll be in trouble.
He's tough, man. His lone loss to Verduzco at Team State. Like obviously at the Center Grove thing, he wrestled really well. He beat Don Brown there. He beat Ryan Hockaday there.
Yeah.
And dude, is Bryce Glaze, is that his dad the one that's always in all the Red Cobra stuff? Like I think he's Red Cobra'd out, right?
I think so, yeah.
I could be wrong. I know it's one of the Southmont parents.
Almost positive, right? Yeah.
So yeah, really good junior year, and I thought that was a good spot. Like he took his first loss at Team State also to Grant Holloway of Rochester, and then tough spot who he ended up losing to on the bottom part, Rosenbarger.
Yeah,
I mean
that's not a bad loss either.
No, not a bad loss at all. I mean 26 at Newcastle is loaded. That was one of the ones I was going through brackets. And you're trying to match up. You're like, man, I hope that their 26s don't hit these 26s because all 8 of those guys probably deserve medals, and it's who knows about deserve, but this was a weight like at Newcastle where I was like shocked. I wasn't surprised when the older Baylor went up to 32. I was like, that's probably a really smart move because that thing's loaded.
Yeah.
So next quarter bracket, Braden Voles, Eastern Hancock, 2-time state medalist, kind of under the radar. He's been 6th and 8th last 2 years. Kind of pretty tough wrestler. He's undefeated. He has Jamari Johnson, Lawrence North. Next match, you have Brady Miller overcoming some interesting genetics against Jackson Lavin. That should be a real good match. Lavin's number 26, not ranked in the semi-state. Miller is number 9 in the semi-state. So another disagreement. So please discuss your differences.
On that one?
Last time we had to have Mike just talk to himself. Now he actually gets the,
No, there's some spots where the semi-state's going to have to be ranked different than the state. And Brady's had some statewide losses that were, it was hard to move him ahead of. And Jackson's had some good statewide wins. But Brady beat Jackson this year. He pinned him, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In the duel. They said Brady had a really good match with Rosenbarger in the semis at North Montgomery. I think they said he had him on his back also there. So tough. I mean, every draw there was going to be tough. All the champs there are tough. That's a good first round match. Vols, we kind of talked about 26 is a wide open weight, and he's probably getting talked about maybe the least. And for no reason other than we don't get to see a lot of Eastern Hancock matches. But two medals, and he's a good wrestler.
Oh, he's tough. I mean, he is compact and he's hard to wrestle. I mean, I've never wrestled him, but he looks like he's hard to wrestle.
He could be definitely a surprise, and obviously, he's not at one of the bigger programs that we're seeing a lot, so it's hard to tell where he is. But he's come away 2 state medals at the end of his first 2 seasons.
Yeah,
that says a lot. So another undefeated wrestler, Dallas Rosenbarger, freshman, 35-0 from Rossville, really good freshman. Definitely interested to see him in this weight class. This is going to be a good quarter bracket. Gabe Leakey of Guerin Catholic, only 3 losses. He took 2 of them last week.
But the end before sectionals,
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Anthony Cox, Franklin Central freshman, and he has Jet McGuire from Warren Central, formerly Greenfield Central. He has to keep with the Centrals. He was 7th in 2024, so that could be really good take around match. That freshman and the senior that's looking to get back to state and get another medal.
Yeah, that's going to be a really good one. I haven't seen Rosenberger wrestles. I saw him in middle school wrestle, but I haven't seen him wrestle in high school yet. So, but McGuire's a goer. He's had some actually pretty good matches with Getz, and Getz is just he's a stud. Um, but that'll be good. That's gonna be a really good one. The ticket round match is gonna be good.
Yeah, and I think McGuire's had some tough luck in the seasons where I mean, like the year he got his medal was really good, but I think like his freshman year might have had some tough luck than last year too, right?
Mhm.
And
He
then
got yeah, he had some issues last year. Yeah,
yeah, so then now Rosenberger's good, man. I thought he was going to be a Lafayette area kid. I mean, Rossville is Lafayette area. We talked about it on the, but I thought he was a McCutcheon kid, so I thought that was the Logansport like guy that was going to be the lockdown Logansport kid. But going to Rossville and being in that room with those guys, I think has probably helped him, and that'll be a tough match. I think he's really good. I know he had some wins over Carver in middle school. I know he had an injury, I think his last year, like the year before he came in. So that'll be an interesting one. Like some really tough freshmen, some really tough seniors in the bracket. And that's one of the ones that you knew one of those guys were going to, hit McGuire. And if you're McGuire, like you're not hitting Getz, but you don't want to hit another medal. So
Yeah, you
we'll
definitely
have him up and going, right?
I mean, my state, right? You're gonna have a tough match in the ticket round. Sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, the freshman senior that's always an interesting matchup. Especially the guy that's been there before. So bottom quarter bracket: Brody Weimer, brother of the other one, freshman 34-4. Cale Beatty of Hamilton Southeastern, Trip Garner, not to be confused with Trip Hazley, who we'll talk about tomorrow night, and Jaden Coy from South Dearborn. So two guys with state rankings, and you got a 5, 7, and 8 in the semi-state. So good quarter bracket. Another good freshman regional champ.
Yeah, he's had a great year. I mean, coming in as a freshman, and dad is the coach again. And the younger brother, he's doing well, doing really good.
I know he took a loss, I think right before Christmas, and it dropped him out of the rankings. And Mike Mike texted me, and I thought he was going to give me some business, but he was like, "Nah, we needed that." He's like we need that wake up call because we weren't wrestling to our ability, and he's wrestled really well. He has 2 losses to Hackaday, and he has a loss to Richardson, and the other loss was to Liam Welsher, who's pretty tough at Whiteland, just coming out of a tough regional over there. So it seems like he's wrestling his best right now, and Hackaday's had a great year. But like Trip Gardner's tough, man. He's had some really good wins in his career. And like obviously, like we said, like you don't get that 22 ranking. He had a really good Spartan Classic. He had some good wins there also. So that'll be an interesting one of a guy that's probably been to the semi-state. And I know at East Chicago and at Maryville, sometimes those moments are big. Like especially if you've never been in those, or like you're a freshman, there's a lot more people. There's a lot more energy in the crowd than like obviously if he's wrestling like Tulsa and stuff like that, that's pretty big. But it's different. Like you're a one and done, and like I think having experience in some of those situations helps a lot. We could say the same thing with McGuire. Like winning that ticket round match is a huge experience gain. Where if you're a guy in one thing, or like the energy from the crowd can like sway so much. Like when you're the match before, then it's going right in there, and then you're looking down, and it's 30 seconds left. So
yeah.
Should be a good weight class. That's definitely one that's gonna bust some pick'ems.
Yeah,
I'll say that much.
That's a good weight. And 26 overall is good. Like I think I put down EC because you got Verduzco, Strayer, and Kiros, and like you don't want them to hit there. But also if you look out at Evansville, you're going to have Don Brown, possibly the winner of Ulrey and and Hockaday, and just really good. Like 26 is a really good weight. It's like one of those catch weights where you're going to get some sixes and you're going to get some guys that stay and some 20s and 13s. So
So 132, another good weight class. Got a ranked matchup right out of the gate. Zach Nicolite versus Jack Richardson. Richardson, the 4 coming out of Perry, is the higher ranked wrestler in the state and the semi-state. So that's going to be barn burner. Obviously a 6 or 7, right? Or number 20, 22. So should be good matches. You got Will Rasowski, yeah, something like that. Of Fishers, number 10, the semi-state, and Liam Hubbard of South Dearborn. So real good first round match right there.
Yeah, I like. I mean, both Richardson and how you pronounce that? Nicolite. I mean, they've both been, I hate to use the word, but battle tested. I mean, they wrestled pretty much everybody. I'm not, I mean, I kind of see Richardson coming out of that just by gut feeling, really. But it's going to be tough. I mean, Hubbard's been around. It seems like I don't know. It seems like he's been wrestling for 12 years. Seems like I see his name at semi-state every year. South Dearborn. And then the kid from Fishers. Oh man, Ruskaki. And I'm butchering that name.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a good year last year. He had a good year this year too. But I mean, he's mixed too. He's got a lot of experience.
Yeah, I agree. Haraski, I think it's Haraski. I'm not sure. If it's not, then we're gonna roll with it. He was one of the guys that was down at 26. I know he had some wins there, and coming up, I still think it was the right move. Like 26 was loaded. You got to give yourself a spot there, and I don't know how the regional ended up going for him. But Richardson's one of those guys that has a lot of matches against a lot of guys that are ranked. So he's kind of a guy I can compare results off of through the year and be like, oh, he wrestled here, he wrestled this guy, and over the last 2 years, he's had a ton of ranked matches. And Nicolette had a really good freshman year. I think he was at 26 last year. He might have been a regional champ last year too, but I'm not positive. And just another good year for Noblesville. Noblesville has a good young squad. I think they're doing a lot of good stuff and getting 14 guys through. That'll be a good one, but it's gonna be huge team points too. Like if Ron Colley's want to get as many guys and get as many wins as they can, and if you have 14, you're gonna have a chance, especially if you get some guys rolling, and you don't want to have. And it could be the other way. If we've seen it before at state where one of your big guys loses and just kind of carries through the team, and you're not the coaches are you can wear it on the coaches a little bit. So that'll be an interesting first round matchup. So
yeah, it will be.
So going down next quarter bracket, Richard Rogers, 2-time state qualifier, placed 8th as a sophomore. Right? Yeah, sophomore. Good wrestler. He has Joseph Donaski of Garin Catholic, Brandon Walker of Richmond versus number 9, the semi-state, Jackson Ingram. Should be, Rogers looking to punch a ticket again. Definitely in the mix for a medal here.
Yeah, Mr. Rogers. He's been around a while too, it seems like, but yeah, he's tough. He's a hard-nosed kid. A lot of those Franklin Central kids are, though, always have been. But and Donowski he had an older brother, didn't he?
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember another Donowski that was at Garion.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Donowski, right?
Yeah, wrestled up Marion, or maybe still does. I'm not sure. Well, carry that name. And then Ingram, he's sneakily had a good year. I think I ended up ranking him about, I don't know, near the end of the year.
And Rogers is one of my favorite guys. I always feel like he's a big. I feel like maybe he's not, and maybe it's the only matches I've ever seen him. I feel like he hits some big moves, so he's pretty exciting to watch too.
Yeah, he is. He's all over the place.
So,
yeah, I think
he had a really good win at the regional.
Yeah. So going down Another tough freshman, Gavin Mason, Southmont, only one loss. That is to Lane Horn, I believe. He has Bryce Bruns of Franklin County, Case Powell of Hamilton Heights, and then Eli Brody of Mount Vernon Fortville, returning semifinalist, three-time state, made it to state three times. So Mason, the freshman, not the best draw you wanted there, but you obviously you're going to run into a tough Perry Meridian regional, so you weren't going to have an easy match that no matter what.
No, if Rogers beats Brody, so if Brody beats Rogers, he was gonna. It was gonna be either one of them. So that's either one of them's gonna be a tough draw for Mason.
Yeah, I think Elijah Brody's had some kind of up and down. He's had some weird losses. He's had some really good wins. He had a really good match with Horn. If that's the common denominator, I think he lost to Horn 4-3. And I think Mason was a little bit further than that. Mason's a really tough freshman. I know Contenders kid. I know they were pretty high. Like they were very complimentary of him coming into high school. They definitely thought he was going to be a guy to watch out for. I mean, judging by his number 9 ranking, like obviously we took their advice and he's held up to it. Like 32-1. They're at Team State. They're at Trikoff. That's going to be a tough one. And you got a guy that was in the state semifinals for a ticket. That's never a draw anyone wants. I mean, you have a guy with a medal or state experience is tough, but a guy that's been in the top 4. And I don't know where Brody trains in the offseason. I don't know if he's a Contenders guy too, but I mean that might be something they've seen each other. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Last quarter bracket, Matthew Baylor, state placer as a freshman, looking to get the bookend medals this year. He has Trevor Humberg of Westfield, Dylan Wills of Warren Central, and number 14, the state has unranked Gino Duncan of Cathedral. Wills seems like he's always in the mix every year. Going to be a real tough, good match. 4-5 in the semi-state, 12-14 in the state. So should be a good match in that take around possibly.
Yeah, Wills, he's so athletic. He is so hard to take down. Baylor's so long. I mean, that's going to be a good one. That's going to be a real, I think, an entertaining, exciting match right there.
Humberg's had some good wins too. I believe he had a win over Jet McGuire. I think he had bumped up and he had a win over that before Al Smith was kind of like mixed up some of the seeding after the fact. But
told you.
Yeah, told us.
No, he didn't. It was the morning after is when he told us.
I thought Baylor made a good move here going up to 32, and it's a tough weight also. 26 was loaded, but I think he's in a good spot there. Obviously, Wills is tough, man. Warren Central's going to have those guys ready to go. I think he take 3 losses at Al Smith? I thought he medaled. Maybe he only took 2. But his losses this year, Brody, Rogers, Warren Brown, Gavin Lewis, Rogers, Landon Haynes early on. I mean, Warren Central is not afraid to get matches. Like he's got some really, really tough losses, and they're not blowouts. 4-0, 4-2, tiebreakers with Gavin Lewis, sudden victory with Warren Brown, 4-1 with Rogers, 1-0 with Brody. So, like he finds ways to win the tight matches, and he's lost some of those tight matches too. So he's a tough out.
Yeah. And he's got Bowie to partner up with in practice.
Oh yeah, McGuire and Bowie.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep. Another. Speaking of Donald Bowie, we got him right here, returning state 6th place finisher, having a real good junior year, and he has a tough one right off the bat. Luke Weaver Rossville comes out as a 4, sophomore, not having the best regional, and then that doesn't help very much there. Has a solid regional there, but he's coming in 8-10 right off the bat. Vanden Miller of Northeastern and Justice Suderith of Noblesville.
Yeah, not a good weekend to have a bad weekend, right? And then of the guys that you could possibly draw coming out of there, you got a guy that has a medal. He's exciting. He's exciting every year at the Al Smith. He's been exciting. He probably had one of the more exciting, probably 2 matches at Al Smith this year. I don't know if we end up getting him a T-shirt or not. I know him and Vargo was a really good match. Um, Definitely, last year he beat LT Hawkins. He ended up being he was an Al Smith champ last year. Whalen gave him the OW, but that's good, man. Like that's gonna be a really really tough one.
Yeah, it is. Too bad for Weaver, man. I mean that. I'm not counting Weaver out, but I'm sure that's not the draw he wanted, especially not in the first round. Um, but yeah, I didn't see those two matching up together in the first round. But um, yeah, Bowie's Bowie. He used to be a Perry dude.
Did he?
Yes, he went to middle school at Perry. I don't know what happened, but ended up on the dark side.
Yes. Yeah. His matches at Al Smith he doesn't have anything that is not an insane match at Al Smith.
No.
He's battle tested with the crowd yelling at him and craziness happening. He's ready for he's just getting ready for the ticket round.
Even his first match with O'Neal at Al Smith was a good match. It was like it was real close to a last second takedown.
Yeah.
Got a little chippy at the end, and then him and Vargo was a really good match. Vargo gets ran into the bleachers. He ends up winning that one. Then the semifinal match was really good, and like the crowd was really in it. That was Hunter Douglas, right?
Yeah.
And man, he's a guy that's entertaining.
Yeah.
I like to watch him wrestle, but like also I'm not coaching against him and he's not wrestling my kids. So
Oh yeah.
So the next quarter bracket, Parker Culp of Hamilton Southeastern, number 29 in the state. He has Samuel Letson of Lawrence North, Jackson Flynn of Pendleton Heights, a very unique way to spell Jackson. He has Kyle Bolger of Franklin County. So Bolger is number 9 in the semi-state.
Yeah, another Colt from Hamilton Southeastern. But he's had some good years. He kind of popped on for me last year, and then he's had a solid year this year. Kyle Bolger, he's the same another one of those kids that seem like they've been seen him at semi-state for like 10 years in a row. That'll be a good match. Culp and Bolger. I don't know. Be toss up for me.
He's a guy I felt like we would get a lot of messages last year, like, "Oh, I had a win over Parker Culp. Can we put it into the results?" So he became a guy that was like, okay, like he had a ton of ranked matches, so it's easier to kind of see. Every year, there's a kid from Pendleton Heights that goes unranked by me that ends up punching a ticket, and I'm like, man, that could be Jackson Flynn, because I feel like there's always a Pendleton Heights guy that like sneaks through, and it was just like one of those things, like, man, I didn't have him on there, and shout out to Jackson Flynn, man, make it happen.
Next half bracket, tough, another tough one. I think about every weight class has a pretty tough ticket round match. This whole quarter bracket's pretty brutal. Talon Thrine, 3-time state placer, state champ as a freshman. His only nemesis at state the last 2 years was this Jake guy, Jake from State Farm.
Man, he's all right.
Yeah, he has Rex Reynolds from Bishop Chatard. And then they'll get the winner of that will get number 21, Alex Washburn of Westfield versus Gavin Kemp of Roncalli. Man, that's going to be a good match. That's going to be a good quarter bracket.
Yeah.
Kemp and Thrine aren't afraid to throw down. That could easily be, it's going to be a 1-0 match because we talked about it like that, but it could be crazy.
Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, Kemp's got to get past Washburn. I think Kemp's the better wrestler, but Washburn he can win. I mean, the kid's tough. He's I don't know, like we talked about Westfield. I mean, who haven't they wrestled? And Thrine, I heard, is pretty good, pretty athletic. So we'll see.
Yeah. Alec Washburn had those 2 really good wins over Luke Weaver the last 2 weeks. kind of put him in a bad spot, right?
Yeah.
He had a good year, and Kemp got him early by fall. I think at Center Grove at the Curry Clash, but Kemp really good win because he had beat Bowie at sectionals, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
And then runner up this week, so huge win for Bowie, put himself in a better spot. But man, that could have been that Newcastle Warren Central rivalry. We could have had a little bit of heat there, but
Right.
Kemp's dangerous, man. I think this is one that when I looked at it, Thryan's really good. He's super athletic. Has had an amazing career. I know. Shout out to those guys for coming up to Carnahan. I think he's probably got 6 losses in his career, and probably 4 of them or 7 losses in his career. 4 of them are at Carnahan.
Yeah.
And dude's the real deal, man. He's exciting. He's a fan favorite. I know that's one of the guys people look for. Him and Evan Stanley was a really good match this year at Carnahan, but Kemp's dangerous, man. He's a guy that could put you away. If you're looking past him, you're looking, to possibly being a semi-state champ. That's not a guy you're going to overlook.
Yep, that's going to be a crazy quarter bracket. Then you got Cullen Crawley of Indianapolis Cathedral out loud of the season with an injury. Returning state qualifier, he has Landon Gilbert of Hagerstown. Colton Goodman of Franklin Central, number 19. Has number 10 in the semi-state, Aiden Rangel. Had a good win. Rangel was he had a pretty good career in Illinois, I think, before coming over to North Vermilion, if I recall correctly.
Shout out to Aiden Rangel, unranked in the state, knocking off some state-ranked wrestlers. I like it when they do that. They didn't give Howie the shout out for having him number 10. They just like to put the UR next to him. So,
I had
he's had a really good couple weeks. Colt Goodman's really good too, though. So that'd be a good first round match, and then the winner of that with the winner of Gilbert and Crowley. But I mean, Crowley having that state experience, and Cathedral's usually had pretty good semi-state, pretty good state experience.
Yeah. Cathedral always seems to show up. But yeah, that's going to be a good one. I mean, that's one that. I mean, I think if I picked it 4 times, I could have 4 different winners. I don't know. We'll see.
Aiden Rangel got some IKWF medals. Huh. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
How long has he been here?
2022, he was 7th in Illinois.
In IKWF?
Yeah, in IKWF.
Over as a freshman, if I'm pretty certain.
Beat Grayson Garcia, who's pretty solid. I believe he's a Marist kid.
Yeah. So going down 144, right? Yeah, we're at 144. Adam Brewer, Batesville, 44-1, only 1 loss on the year. Is that really kind of funky?
Bates, king of the caskets.
Yeah. He has number 22 in the state, Isaac Suderith, Noblesville, Emmett Abernathy of New Pal versus Tyler Elliott of Carmel. Ranked matchup. The highest ranked wrestler is the 4 seed here. So that's going to be very interesting. Good to have a 4-over-1 here with Suderith.
Yeah, I think I got Brewer somewhere.
Brewer's number 7 in the semi-state.
Okay, I knew he's up there somewhere. Yeah, he's Batesville. He's solid. 44-1. Tyler Elliott, he's a sneaky one for me. I had him ranked, then I took him out, then I had him ranked. He's like up and down. But taking a couple, I think, kind of not so good losses, but he's a Carmel kid and got that new coach, so he'll probably be ready.
Gotta be ready for a sweep single.
Yeah.
I feel like he was part of that group that I feel like they had a bunch of 32s last year that got some time in there. So I think I had 4 or 5 Carmel kids at 32. Suderith has had a good year. Adam Brewer only lost to Keegan Walkeem in the finals of the Spartan Classic. Anytime you can find 44 people to wrestle and you beat them, that's pretty good. So, yeah. I mean, I might have been sleeping on him. Obviously, Howie has him in the semi-state rankings. That'd be a good first round match, but I wouldn't be shocked to see Brewer punch a ticket there. Are they the Bulldogs too? Batesville Bulldogs.
Yes. So going down next quarter bracket, Brian Thomas, Indianapolis Cathedral, number 25 in the state. He has Gabe Saletto of Eastern Hancock, Camden Laney of Southmont, number 16 in the state. He has Sebastian Jean of Warren Central. So 16 and 25 there could be a good one. Laney only has 2 losses.
Yeah, another tough Southmont kid. Southmont, they got a solid team.
Yeah, I mean, yes. Brian Thomas looked really good at Al Smith. Camden Laney really kind of jumped on the scene with the tech fall over Dakota Willoughby in like a duel. I think that was Dakota's first loss. And then he took a loss to Cash Mays. Is that who beat him in the regional? Yeah, Cash Mays beat him in the regional. I don't know who his other loss was to before that. It might have been at Team State. I know Southmont had a couple guys take their first loss at Team State.
He got majored. Yeah, 144 this weight class really got me. I lost Willoughby right off the bat.
Nah, those, and we lock him before the state tournament, and obviously there's things that happen that we don't know, injuries that we don't know. That's a tough one. He was really good. Returning state qualifier. Also had a really good freshman sophomore state. So, but we lock him, we don't change him. So
yeah, Gene though he's had some decent wins recently. He's kind of turning it on right about when you want to. So he's going to be tough. He's only a sophomore.
Your boy Tyler Elliott, we were just talking about him. He was the other loss. So it was Cash Mays and Tyler Elliott also beat him 6-5. So
okay.
So going down bottom half bracket, Stephen Hunter, Lawrence North having a real good year. Won a solid Perry Meridian Regional. Max Inman, Hamilton Southeastern. Matthew Sati of the Indiana Deaf, and Carson Beagle of Greensburg. So you don't see very many kids from the School for the Deaf. So that, congrats to him making it. Would be pretty cool for him to punch a ticket. Stephen Hunter is pretty tough, senior from Lawrence North. Those guys will have him ready.
Yeah. Hunter's he's solid. I mean, he took a loss or two to Greg Smith from LC. At least one, I know. I kind of dropped him a little bit, but he's only got 3 losses. I must have been a little hard on him, but yeah, I mean he's tough. I know Wesley Bernard, Coach Bernard he was big on him, and of course a kid named White at 190.
Probably good advice, right? Yeah. It's just to kind of follow up what Joe said, man. Shout out to Matthew C, the senior from Indiana Deaf. You don't get to see a lot of those guys represent it. You see a lot of the same names every year. You see a lot of the guys represent the state finals. There's a lot of the same schools, but I think when you have a program that you're not getting a lot of guys to semi-state, that's a huge accomplishment for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am going to look up the last. Oh, geez.
Stephen Hunter's 3 losses. Howie might have been a little tough on him. He did lose to Smith. He also lost to Donald Bowie and Sam Mosier. And he has wins over Joaquin, Jordan Rains, Tinsley, Cooper. So yeah, he's had a pretty good year.
That was a little hard.
Well, I seen he dropped him. I was like, oh man, he must have. And obviously, if you lose the head-to-head, you got to get Greg Smith in there. That's how it's done. You don't base it off opinion. You base it off of a fact, and head-to-head result is straightforward.
Yeah, Indiana Deaf has never had a state qualifier, so that'd be really cool for them to, get a state qualifier there, punch a ticket. Always neat to see that first state qualifier for a school. So kind of surprised they haven't, because I think they've had some pretty solid kids over the years. So we'll see how that goes for them. Bottom quarter bracket, Cash Mace having a real good junior year, only 3 losses. He has Greg Smith that we talked about just a minute ago, or Gregory, from Lawrence Central, number 18. Then Brody Steigerwald from Lawrenceburg, and number 10, Carter Blackman. Number 10, the semi-state, Carter Blackman of Alexandria, Monroe.
Yeah, Mays. I know Mike had Mays ranked higher than me for he had Mays over Willoughby, but I went with Willoughby, because returning state qualifier and small town boy, and but they changed it because May started winning some matches, beating some good kids. So, and then Willoughby took a loss, bad loss, I thought. But yeah, Mays is tough. Where was he originally from? Monrovia,
Brownsburg.
Brownsburg. Okay.
He
They have a decent guy at 44 now, don't they?
Yeah. So they had he had a really good Super 32, where I thought he like wrestled really well.
Oh,
Did we lose him?
I'm back.
lost the internet.
Yep. I thought he had a really good Super 32. I believe he lost maybe the round before to place. Like he had a really good showing. I thought 3 losses this year. I know he avenged one of them. He has a loss to Braylon Reynolds, former teammate Peyton Hornsby, and Quentin Sheff. So yeah, he's had a good season, and it's a good move over there for them. And tough one right off the bat though. Greg Smith's had some good wins, and that's not the matchup as a champ that you want as a guy with 4th in the semi-state, 18th in the state.
Yeah, Smith's an athlete. He's just one of those kids that's hard to wrestle. And I like Carter Black, but he's another one. It seems like Alexander Monroe always has, I don't know, 2 or 3 really solid kids every year.
Yep. They had some really good big guys, right? Like this year, and there's some guys in the rankings that I thought up top.
So 150, August Grohiller of Hagerstown, unranked. He has number 25 in the state. Andrew McHugh of Roncalli, Luke Chastain, Noblesville, and then number 22 in the state, Graydon Staley of Westfield. So that could be a potential 4-1 there. Obviously, Roncalli, McHugh's, he I guess he already had a butt in the. He wasn't going to draw Gunner. Could have had Caden Rogers or Hank Fennessy. So probably the best draw he could have imagined there as a 4 and puts him in the spot to maybe punch a ticket.
Yeah, he's definitely, he got a good draw. He got a good spot. Not taking anything away from the other 3 in there, but he is a Marion County champ this year. So he's had a solid year. He's had some good wins.
That Staley and Chastain match, I think it was like 11-12 match this year. That'd be a good one right off the bat. And then then the feed into that top part of the bracket.
Yeah.
And then back to that one. The next quarter bracket, you got Gunner Butt, 3-time state medalist, number 3 in the state, 1 in the semi-state. He has Aiden Montgomery of Eastern Hancock. James Schwartz of Fishers has Simon Kuhn of Hamilton Heights, number 15 in the state. Only 2 losses on the year, 1 last week, and not the best draw he has right there.
No, who did Kuhn lose to? Was it Benisi?
He lost Caden Rogers last week.
Rogers, okay, all right. Yeah, that's the one that hurt him right there, was that loss. But I mean, I don't want to draw on the Bud, I wouldn't think. But yeah, I mean, Bud's having a heck of a year.
Yeah, a great career, right? Like he's had a really good career.
Didn't he start out at 106?
I believe so. Does he still have he used to have a pretty good mullet. Does he still got the mullet rolling or no?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think you got to keep bullets like that. It's kind of a thing. If you start out with one, you just keep it all high school career.
I mean, it becomes a trademark. He probably put that on some T-shirts, make some money.
Right.
His only loss to Rainey at the Mater Day Classic. I know I seen the match. They felt like it was a quick fall. I wasn't there. I think they said it wasn't to change the result. They don't know if it would change the result, but they didn't think it was a pin. So, but you know, where's he gonna wrestle at? Marion.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Is that where he's going?
So
Yeah.
that'd be a man. Anytime you got a potential tick around with 3 losses combined, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah. And you know the Iron Bears are going to have his guys ready, and they're afraid to go out there and be physical and lay it all out there. So the Iron Bear wants to get a free ticket to state. He'll probably get it free anyway.
Gunner Butt Russell's kind of a physical style too, though, right?
Yeah.
That might be a fight.
Yeah. So that could be a good one.
Well, mullet, you got to know how to fight.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can't just be rocking around mullets and not be tough.
Yeah. Fake tough. So bottom half bracket, Caden Rogers came back right at the sectional time. I know that that's one that we're hearing all year. He's coming back, and then they sneak him in. He wasn't even the original sectional bracket, so the Cathedral staff we did got some information, but it's one of those things that until hard to put him in the brackets when he's not in or put him in the rankings where he's not even in the brackets.
Yeah.
Yeah, they pulled one over on me.
I think we both agree. He'd have been in the rankings, right? I think he'd have been.
I had him ranked almost all year because Braden and Logan were telling me, yeah, he's going to be back. He's going to be back. Same thing with Crawley.
Yeah.
So I took them both out for a while, especially after City. They weren't in this, Rogers wasn't wrestling the City, so I took him completely out. And then, like you said, I kept asking him, hey, is he coming back? Come back. I kept hearing, yeah, but there was nothing, no results. And then he wasn't in the sectional at first, and then bam, there he is.
Yep. So,
oh well, yeah. But West is Warren Central. That kid's pretty damn good.
Yeah, that should be a good match. Obviously, only 6 matches on the year, so trying to get your feet underneath you, that could be a sneaky good match. Mm-hmm. And as you both said, that Rogers would be in the rankings somewhere. He's pretty good.
Yeah, and Coach Ellis is big on this West kid, Julius.
Mm-hmm. So bottom quarter bracket, Hank Fennessy, returning state qualifier from Zionsville, Jonathan Wajnar of Indiana Deaf, another deaf kid in the bracket there, Landon Rodman of Franklin Central, and Logan Troyer of Franklin County. So Franklin's getting after it.
Yeah, I don't know how many Troyer brothers there are. I know that's probably at least I know the third one I've seen wrestle from Franklin County over the last 15 years.
I was about to say the same thing. They've had a bunch of Troyers, right?
Yeah. They're either brothers or cousins or something.
And you got the Phillips out of Centerville.
Yeah, that's another group. But Fennessy, yeah, he's tough. I look for him to probably pull it out, but I guess you never know.
Yeah,
maybe our Indiana School for the Deaf, they get 2 out. That'd be something.
That'd be cool, man.
That would be.
Yep, he's still only a sophomore, so has 2 more shots at it. It'd be cool to see them grab a state qualifier in the next, if not this year, in the next couple of years.
What's the last time they had 2 guys? Maybe they got 3. I haven't checked all the brackets yet, but when they had 2 more than 1 in the semi-state.
Probably very rare, I'd say. So hopefully, they continue to get better. So,
yeah.
What color singlets do they have? I mean, I've never even, I wouldn't.
I'm going to say green, but I'm not sure.
They are orange. I think they're orange and black because I just was looking at their profile.
Man, I was about to say, you guys got there's a lot of green teams down there, man. I feel like Noblesville, Westfield, Zionsville.
There's a lot of green. Indiana, I think the school for the blind's green, I think.
No, they're
not.
The deaf, they are orange.
He said the blind. He said the school of blind.
They're blind. Blind is.
Are they? Because we wrestled when I wrestled in the city tournament, they were always there. The blind and the deaf. Because poor one of them's green, but that's all right. I've been wrong before.
Yeah, the deaf, they are orange and black. Their nickname is the Deaf Hoosiers. So, yeah. But their mascot looks like it's a hawk of some nature, hawk or some bird. So, interesting stuff. Good. Yep. black and orange, confirmed by the professor. So,
Oh well, then that's it.
yeah, the professor says so. 157.
Jake.
Right. Yeah, 57. Jacob Weaver, number 8 in the semi-state, two-time state qualifier, looking to get a state medal his senior year. He has Kyle Howard of Noblesville, solid freshman. Obviously 17 and 17. It's going to be a tough match. He has Beckett Langerford, another freshman from Milan, and Eric Grady, senior from Lawrence North, number 20. So could be a good ticket around there.
Sorry, my dog's barking. Yeah. Well, Weaver. I mean, he's following footsteps of his brother. Could they have? But could we have back-to-back Weaver state champs? I don't know. That'd be something. Rossville, wouldn't it?
Yeah, 57's a wide open weight class too. I feel like he's having a good year, man. Eric Grady's had a really good year also. Grady's had some really good wins. Some tough losses. He lost to Tante, lost to Sandusky, lost to Julius West, Cooper, Sandusky again. So Tyler's put himself in a good spot. It looks like he got the regional. I know he goes regional champ, so puts that in the bracket with Weaver, and he's on the opposite side of 1 and 2 in the semi-state, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Davis is on. Oh yeah. Yeah. So going down, you got number 1 in the semi-state, 6 in the state, turning 6th place finisher Jack Davis, the pride of Bishop Chittard. You could probably tell us a hidden gem or two in Indiana. He has Ezekiel Kramer of Fishers, first Ezekiel we've had in the bracket. It's Brady Bryant, number 9 in the semi-state, Shelbyville, and then Xander Schaefer of South Dearborn. So Davis in a good spot to make his 3rd trip to state.
Yeah, I definitely agree. He's tough. Brady Bryant, though, he's a senior. Maybe he'll make the best of it.
Jack Davis did the double up. We talked about it during Christmas time where he wrestled at the Spartan Classic, was I believe runner up there, and then was 3rd place at the Al Smith. He lost to Ovando Lugarin and Jackson Bradley. He's wrestled a tough schedule. I mean, like there's not a lot of guys that would do that, and I don't think there's a lot of guys that would medal at both of those that were able to. So shout out to Jack Davis for taking that on. Obviously you have 1 and 2 in the semi-state there. There's only 2 losses or at the Christmas tournaments. I don't know if they have wrestled before, but that could be a pretty good semifinal.
Going down, bottom half bracket, you got Tyler Sandusky, Franklin Central, having a real good senior year there. In a pretty good spot, he has Landon McDuffie of Shenandoah 1st round, and then number 22 and 24 in the state, Will Rowland of Alexandria Monroe versus Joshua Ushman of Riverton Park. Does anyone know where Riverton Park is?
I do not.
Is it? I don't even know, man. I was going to guess.
Can you give us a hint?
Montezuma, Indiana.
Is it by Crawfordsville?
It's in Indiana. Okay, good.
Montezuma.
Is it in Montezuma?
Yeah.
Isn't Montezuma down towards like Terre Haute?
Yeah.
That's a hike. Because that's down like a little bit past Attica, right? Between Attica and Terre Haute.
Yeah, it's just north of Terre Haute.
Wow. And they go to Castle, huh?
Yeah. And like they go past like Brownsburg and they're even actually they go past Brownsburg, past Mooresville, just to get to semi-state.
Well, Brownsburg said they have to go past Perry to get to Mooresville, right? Is that what they were saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're kind of, because all the Terre Haute schools go south.
Yeah.
They're probably they're closer to Terre Haute than they are anywhere else. So,
well, they're probably glad they're not going to Evansville, maybe.
Yeah. Well, they'd be in the Perry Regional most likely. Well, I guess Terre Haute goes to what? Do they go to Bloomington? I think Terre Haute South. They go to Bloomington, so they can go to Bloomington. Man, it's not any easier. But.
You could have a little Evansville like underground love here, right? Sandusky coming over from South Platte.
Yeah. Where was Sandusky at last year? I know he's
South Putnam. He came out of the Mooresville Regional, and then I think he might have lost the Mooresville Regional last year. And then you got a guy coming from basically Terre Haute. Montezuma's the girl I coached with, her grandfather. I wonder if it was Riverton Park. They retired like his jersey and like named the like field after him. He was a coach there for a long time. But we were talking about Alexander Monroe. Will Rowland's really good.
Yeah, he is.
He's had some really good wins this year.
Yep. It's another one.
Yeah. So Turkey Run, I'm trying to think of what. Okay, that's Park Heritage. Turkey Run and like Rockville made Park Heritage. There's Park Heritage is Riverton Park. I always get them confused. But I was thinking that might be the Turkey Run, but it was not. So, yeah, should be a good quarter bracket there. Bottom quarter bracket, 3 state ranked and semi-state ranked wrestlers. The only one that's not is the 1 seed. So Hunter Servant of Eastern Hancock's going to shock the world and get the Royals another state qualifier. He has number 23, tough freshman Zion Taverhorn from New Pal. And then number 25, Dylan Lane, Hamilton Southeastern versus number 13, Tyler Lavin of Cathedral, who is a returning state qualifier. Real good quarter bracket.
That really is. That's not going to be bad. And that would be crazy if Servant ends up pulling it all the way through.
That's what's in my pick'ems, just so you guys know if anyone's copying on my pick'ems.
Tavern had a win over Gavin Kemp, right? At 44, and Kemp went to 38, and Tavern went to 57.
Yep. Yeah, Lions got a win over Kemp when they were 144.
Yeah, so kind of going different directions. Obviously, New Pal has a pretty good 50-pounder, and he gets to pick where he wants to go first.
I guess that's how it works.
That bottom match would be good though. Dylan Lane and Tyler Lavin would be a really good match.
Yeah.
So 165. Another undefeated wrestler starting out at the top of the bracket. Aiden Kincaid was 4th as a freshman. Had an injury last year. Jaden Disbro of Disbro is your bro. Of Milan, Mason Lentz of Southport, number 23, Aiden Hutchinson. 2 different ways to spell Aiden. 2 of the 8 that I think I found. Crawfordsville, tough, solid sophomore. So that's a tough matchup for him. Kincaid's having a real good year. Definitely looking forward to seeing him at state, and he's one that could maybe give MJ Staples a good match. He's a big, strong wrestler, and looking to pull that region out of him.
Yeah, he was fun to watch a couple years ago as a freshman. Yeah, so I mean, I don't see like he's going to have too much problems there. Unfortunate for the other 3, but yeah, he seems to be at another level.
Yeah, we've heard some rumblings that I think everyone's kind of circling that one of possibly him and MJ as a match that people are looking forward towards. Hutchinson's had a really good year as a sophomore too, and that's not taking anything away from Mason Lynch of Southport and Disbro. But Hutchinson had a really good freshman sophomore last year. Just when you're runner up, he lost to Cohen Davis. That's probably not the draw you want out of everybody.
Yeah. I just got that Servant previously was only lost 2-1 to Mike Atante. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised Jimmy didn't text me and tell me that.
See, I might be onto something.
You know what? You're probably right.
So, yes, that could be might be kind of a sneaky pick there if you want to break some brackets in the pick'em. So going down, you got Naiden Houston of East Central, number 17 in the state, senior. He's been around for a long time and always in the mix. I guess I thought he was a qualifier at least once. He has Turan Konakadia from Brebeuf Jesuit, Austin Yunker, freshman from Carmel. Not bad at 165. He has Lyric Mitchell of Perry Meridian. Is that the first Perry kid we've talked about?
Well, second.
Clark.
Oh, Clark. Yeah, Clark. Okay. Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
number
Lyra
10.
actually, I mean, he's it's kind of weird. He'll beat some really good. I mean, I should say really good. But he'll have some solid wins, and then he just doesn't have some had some losses you kind of scratch your head on. Um, but yeah, Houston, he seems to be the top dog in this one, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce the rebuff kid's name. Uh, but yeah, it really, out of the whole thing, who Mitchell could have got when I first looked at the brackets, it's probably the best bracket he could have got into if he wanted to get out. So we'll see.
So bottom half bracket, I guess. There we go. Cohen Davis of Hamilton Southeastern used to be Cohen Davis Long. Dropped his last name, improved significantly. He has Carson Clements of New Pal, Turner Seeley of the Seal of Pendleton Heights, another one of those guys that Mike's thinking that might punch his ticket. He has Aiden Flowers, I think that's a conference rematch there. Tough freshman from Newcastle. A lot of the young guys in these upper weights, they're doing well. Flowers, pretty tough freshman for Newcastle. That could be a real good ticket round match there.
Yeah, you see fighter guy.
Man, someone told me that I had the field. They said that he was going to beat MJ. I said, I'll take it. I'll take that bet. They said, don't be surprised. Maybe he won't beat him. It's going to be a really good match. And I was like, MJ's pretty good. And I'm not taking anything away from Aiden Flowers, but, I think he had a tough Spartan Classic. And then I texted that same person. I said, I think MJ would have been the champ there. Cohen Davis had a really good career so far for Hamilton Southeastern. He put himself in a really good spot winning that regional.
Yeah.
Going down the last quarter bracket, Jackson McCurdy, Roncalli, number 29. He has Braden Nickel of South Vermilion. Speaking of family names, Centerville. If they don't have a Phillips in the lineup, do they have to shut down their program? Zion.
I think it's Zion.
Silent T.
Silent.
Phillips, number 25, and number 26, James Grimmy of Cathedral. Grimmy, pretty solid. Senior for them. Been to semi-state before. That's gonna be a really wide open quarter bracket. That's gonna bust some pick'ems because you're not sure exactly who to pick, and it could be a good one.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I wish I knew who won between McCurdy and Grimm if they even wrestled each other in the duel.
It would have been Grimmy won 14-6.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, like you said, there's another Phillips in the mix with Centerville. Gosh, there's been tons of them, and they all got really cool first names.
Yes.
So they get bonus points for that. So
Nail biter 14-6. Jeez, Bailey.
but to correct you, I don't see the.
He just said, yeah, it was a close. It was closer than the score was. Okay, that makes sense. See, we mess up the. Let's see, can we put those on there? No, that doesn't look as good.
I had to pull up my chat. I seen the Iron Bear said all gas, no brakes.
Yes,
they're gonna be ready. I like it.
So 175, Gabe Flick, New Pal. He has Kane Oakley of Frankton. Thomas Thompson of Lebanon will go up against Jackson Prater of East Central. There, that's who I was thinking of, returning state qualifier. So 3 guys with the rankings should be pretty solid. Man, big disagreement there. Number 4 in the semi-state, not ranked in the state, but and then you have number 24 in the state and 7 in the. Man, you guys need to get along better.
I don't know how that one happened.
Which one we off on?
Thomas Thompson,
Oh, okay.
number 4 in the semi-state.
And would you have him?
I
He
had
had
him
him
unranked.
unranked.
Unranked?
Yeah.
He's punching the ticket. Write it down.
If he does, I guarantee we'll know about 2 seconds after that, because that text is gonna come right into the group.
Nah, Howie is not that guy.
No, of course not.
Uh,
I just got to pay Prater and Flick to take a dive.
yeah, dude, Flick's wrestling well. I know Flick's been in and out of the rankings. Huge win at the semi or regional, so that'd be. I mean, obviously all those guys got a ranking next to him, so that'll be interesting. It'll actually be Kane Oakley, Frankton, punching the ticket.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. See if I can find one that has a good good view of the brackets that we can have that. There we go. That's not bad. So going down, you got William Wolford of Tipton, number 28 in the state. He has Tumani Olivier of Lawrence North, adding an I in there. And then Caden McClellan of Milan versus Warren Pollard of North Vermilion took his first loss last week.
North Vermilion has to be close to Terre Haute too, right?
Yes, I believe so. So
I mean, what they got? This is 3 or 4 they got. How many they bring?
North Vermilion.
Yeah.
2 so far that we've covered.
Yeah. 2 or 3.
I think what?
Yeah. So that should be good.
I like Wolford. Tipton, I think. Were they the Tipton
Blue Devils?
Blue Devils, that's right. Yeah, I think Tipton. I don't know when the last time they had someone. I think it was a big guy too.
Yeah, they always have good big guys. That's for sure.
Heavyweights, 215ers. Yeah, I think they're going to get one through this year.
Yeah, the last time they had was 2016. Daniel Pfeiffer, I believe. Last placer was Levi Rutledge, or no, actually KJ Raudenbush in 2019. Was the last placer and qualifier. He's third, so they do well with their big guys.
Yeah, so they're farm boys, corn fed.
Warren Pollard took his first loss in the finals of the regional at North Montgomery to Jacob Cole 2-0. So,
solid.
Yeah,
that should be a good quarter bracket. And then you got Darren Reynolds. Newcastle had a real good regional. Put himself in a not a good position. He has Eli Eisen of Carmel. Jimmy Pappas of Cathedral has a tough returning state placer, MJ Morton from Roncalli. So you win regional, feel good about yourself, and then you get a pretty tough MJ Morton.
Yeah, MJ. His mom's probably listening to this, so yeah, I definitely think MJ will pull it through. Definitely got a good side of the bracket too. I don't know if he's ever wrestled Cole.
That is that who Flick beat for the regional championship was Morton?
Yeah.
That's a good one for Flick.
Yeah. So that should be that'll be a good one. So going down, Jacob Cole having a real good senior year for Rossville qualifier last year. Keegan Clark, Franklin County. Monte Jordan from Franklin Central, and number 8 in the semi-state, and then number 30 in the state, number 5 in the semi-state, Evan Nichols of Noblesville. Another good quarter bracket with 3 guys worth rankings.
Yeah, so like I said, I don't know if MJ's ever wrestled Cole, and they could meet up in the semis here. Another Rossville kid.
Nichols has had a really good year too. He had I think that was kind of what kept Flick out of the rankings. Obviously, Nichols ended up being 30, but I think he had a fall. I think he had pinned him when they had wrestled. Let me look who his losses are to. He lost to Wolford in overtime. August Adams by fall, and then he lost to Wolford 16-13 and had a pin over Gabe Flick. a win over Isaac York. So he's pretty good. And then obviously he had the injury default win over Xavier Smith early on.
Mhm.
So,
So, yeah.
I'd root for you.
Yep. So 190. Speaking of Fishers, Camden Funk having a real good senior year, winning. MJ's threatening you, Howie.
Uh-oh.
We need to. I mean, does he know that what your profession is?
Don't be talking smack. Wow. Everybody's a tough guy on the other end of a keyboard, aren't they?
I don't think he understands what your profession is.
Well, the problem is he does.
Oh no. So maybe I'm gonna go check out that. I'm gonna probably pick Darren Reynolds because I don't know if MJ's gonna make it to weigh-ins.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, you ask what you get, right? And he doesn't live far from me, so I can probably get there in a couple minutes.
Man, MJ, man. Well, I'm gonna adjust my pick'ems now. So 190, Camden Funk Fishers won a tough regional, put himself in a pretty good spot. He has Errol Kearns of Lawrence Central, Cole Balzer of Franklin County, has Jan Tioa. I think he has a lot longer name on USA Bracketing. I don't know exactly where we got that exact name, but I like the shorter version. So Funk in a good spot is a 6-7, as the kids like to say, in the semi-state. So not a a slam dunk match, but definitely in a good spot.
Yeah, it looks like you got Cody Balzer and his the younger brother is Kyle, or I don't know if it's younger but smaller brother. Yeah, I mean Funk, he's had some good wins this year. So
Man, you ain't lying, Joe. Jan Jeff Tioa Toa.
you did actually pretty good with that.
That's I mean, I just said it with confidence. I don't know if that's even correct. Close. I think you and I both had Errol Kearns in the rankings at some point during the year, right? From Lawrence Central.
Yeah, I had him in there. I don't know if I had him in there and I took him out because he wrestled him for a while. And then
he was missing some of the series, 13-4. That's not an easy first round match. I know that he's had some some good wins to his career. Funk coming down from heavyweight last year, right? He was about the smallest heavyweight in the state, I would assume, and then getting to 190 this year. But I mean, like you're in a stack lineup. Where are you going to get in?
Yeah, he had to drop the weight because he wasn't gonna. Apparently, couldn't win it at 15 or heavy.
Well, think about like who was in your lineup last year with Smith, and what was their 90-pounder last year's name? Mason Corals, not Mason Corals, but Corals, right? And then 215, Burgett, and then I mean that's where we go.
Yep. So going down next quarter bracket, Mikey White, he's not bad.
Pretty good.
Number one in the semi-state, number one in the state, number one in the country. He's pretty good, and he's looking to finish his career with a title. He has Gavin Adkins of Carmel. I'm sure he will try a sweep single. At least that's what his coach is gonna tell him what to do. That's his advice: sweep singles. So Jack Hubbard, Garen Catholic, Nathan Schaefer, state qualifier 2 years ago. Not the draw you want after taking a loss to Brody Wingate at regional.
White's really good. Junior? He qualified as a freshman.
Who?
Nathan Schaefer. What does ours say?
Yeah, well, I know he's a qualifier. It was either last year or freshman.
No, he's a senior. At least per Indiana Matt, which is probably more accurate.
I know he's a qualifier at some point.
Yeah. No, he's a senior. That's right. There's somebody didn't do a good job with these grades on these brackets.
Well, yeah. Well, he does have Michael White, so I guess but everybody puts their pants on one leg at a time, right?
Yep. It's a tough one, man. Mikey White's tough, and
Yeah,
good story. Like they developed, came along. So
yeah. They had that story on him on the news.
So going down, you got bottom half bracket Brody Wingate, returning state qualifier from East Central, Anthony Tillery from Frankton, Jacob Smith of Western Boone, number 9 in the semi state, number 8 in the semi state, Byron Balzel of Warren Central. Some pretty solid wrestlers there. It should be a good weight class or good quarter bracket. Wingate with only one loss, and that is to Corey Tante.
Okay. Yeah, that was that was wasn't it?
Is that at? I assume that was maybe at the
at Spartan Classic.
Spartan Classic. Yeah,
That's Connersville, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah, that's good. That's gonna be a good one. The Warren kid's not bad, really.
yeah, so yeah, it should be a good quarter bracket. Bottom half or bottom quarter, Kyle Harden, 3-time state medalist, all at 170 and above. Pretty impressive career. Going to UIndy to play football. Unfortunately, he's not going to wrestle. Maybe he will. Maybe they'll talk him into. Maybe Coach Worthen will talk him into down in the singlet again. He has Wyatt Mitchell of Hagerstown, Isaiah Jones, number 20 in the semi or 20 in the state. New Pal, he will have number 10 in the semi state, John Stryker. Harden's one of the last people in Indiana to beat White, other than a gunner,
Yeah,
Henry. So
because
that would be very interesting.
Kyle was a semi-state champ there last year, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's actually a solid bracket right there with Stryker, Jones, and Harden.
Yeah,
yeah. So
and then it's good that Harden and Mikey White are on opposite sides of the bracket too.
Yes,
it's gonna be a tough quarter finals at state, possibly that Saturday morning match. You're gonna have to draw a guy with a couple state medals.
Hey, how good's Breedlove, right? He moved up and beats Harden.
Yeah,
yeah,
he's tough, man. He's a good athlete.
Yeah, he is. I went to his dad worked with me. His dad just retired last year.
Congratulations to Mr. Breedlove.
Yeah.
So we all want to be at some point.
Yes.
Right.
215 pounds. Top quarter bracket's going to be a doozy. Number 2 in the state, number 3 in the semi-state. Julian Burgett of Fishers. He has Austin Kotler of East Central. Then number 11 in the state, number 5 in the semi-state, Tristan Lanham of Greenfield Central. He will have number 10 in the semi-state, Cale Metzler. So 3 guys with rankings. Should be a good one. Number 2 and 11 possibly for a ticket.
Yeah, I don't know if they've wrestled each other. Burgett and Lanham.
Burgett he majored him 10-1.
Okay.
So and Burgett's only loss is to Mikey White, who bumped up and teched him.
Well,
so
he had another loss too, right? He was beating someone and then got pinned.
Oh yes, he did. Yes, that is. I need to add that one. But yeah,
it was Dayton Mink.
Oh, Dayton. We could probably add that one. I think he has a profile now. So yeah, good. Should be a great quarter bracket there.
Yeah, I think that first match, Lantham and Meltzer, would be a good match. And then, dude, Burgett's a grinder. I felt. I know this was one that Howie and I disagreed on rankings wise. I got to see him at Trikoff. He's a guy that's going to go forward. I think that he's a pretty tough out either at any weight. Just he had a good win over Kellen Falor at Connersville.
That he did.
Oh, Oops, I had the wrong one. It was Declan Guard who lost to who Burgat lost to. I was looking at Colin Wetzel. So yeah, we do have the Mink and Guard match in there. So yeah,
Guard's a big boy. Bumping up there is tough.
yeah, not an easy. I mean, he lost in ultimate tiebreakers, so that's tough. I mean,
And he
that's
holds
hard.
position well.
Yeah. So next quarter bracket, yes, Sam Pavey of Rushville versus Tucker Conley, Park Heritage. We now know where that is. Montezuma.
But I thought that was River Park.
That was River Park. Yeah, Park Heritage. You also told us was like.
See, I told you I get those mixed up all the time.
Raccoon Lake, right?
Yeah, Turkey Lake.
Turkey Run.
Turkey Run.
Population 10.
Yes. And one is a state champion. Actually, I don't think he lives there anymore. But Braden Height, man, I told you I get those mixed up all the time. Braden Height of Tipton versus Sear Godwise of Perry Meridian, returning 7th place finisher. Godwise in a real good position to punch his ticket again there after taking a loss in the regional.
Yeah. Sear just came back. I mean, he missed most of the season. But he looked good at Mooresville. That may have been his first tournament back. Holiday tournament in Mooresville. So we'll see. Pavey, I mean, he got 3 losses. It's another Rushville kid. It's like third one for him, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I mean, Godwise, to his ability, he'll be good there. Should be. We'll see.
Bottom half bracket got 2 ranked guys right off the bat. Camden Shelton of Alexandria Monroe, 34-2 junior. As Mike said, they have some good big guys. Number 21, so it's 16-21. Andrew Harmon of Franklin Central. Franklin Central always has good big guys too. They always have some solid big guys. Max Nelson, Lawrenceburg versus Will Massey of Carmel, senior. I don't know if many 215-pounders are hitting sweep singles, but if they are, it's going to be Will Massey. We're saying that about every Carmel kid.
Yeah, I mean, Will Massey, doesn't he feel like he's been around forever?
I do feel like that.
Right. I had him in the rankings. I took him out. I had him in the rankings. I don't think I have him in, but Camden Shelton, another Alexandria Monroe guy like you were talking about. Harmon, he's actually had a pretty good year.
Yeah.
From Franklin Central too. So that's going to be a good little foursome. Hey, in Lawrenceburg, home of Mason Paris. So
yeah, I think I know that they said that they're pretty high on Harmon early on. That was a guy to look out for. As a 4, it's probably the 1-4 that you I don't know. Maybe you want to hit that one, maybe not. Like Sheldon's tough though. He's had a good season. He had a good freshman, sophomore. I mean, 34-2. That's really good.
Yeah,
that'd be a good one off the bat.
Yeah. So, and Massey beating Brody Eishelman of Zionsville put himself in a lot better position than losing. So has a pretty big, some tough matches to go through. But Colin Wetzel here in the bottom quarter bracket, new pal, only 1 loss. That is to Mikey White. I will get that right by Tech Fall. Mikey White's not afraid to bump up. I think he bumped up at against Columbus East, and the news travels slower in the South, and Dustin realized that Mikey White's not bad. So Hot Rod. Oh, we got Hot Rod, Colin Wetzel. Ooh, that's a good nickname. I mean,
Hot Rod and Catfish. I like that.
Yes.
Hot Rod and Catfish.
Yeah, not bad to close out with Hot Rod and Catfish. Helped them at the regional. They won by half a point. We'll talk about Catfish in a minute, but obviously they need Wetzel to win that match also to give them a good shot. Wetzel has Jackson Washburn of Bishop Chatard, Brody Eichelman of Zionsville, pretty tough senior, 27-3. He has Trent Suppinger of Newcastle, so good quarter bracket, 5-7, not a good draw.
No, yeah, like you said, Wetzel. Yeah, that's huge for the points. They want to pull it away from Roncalli or Cathedral.
Yeah, I felt like went down at some point too. Was he going to wrestle the conference at 190 and then came back up? And I mean, just tough. I mean, 215 is tough. You have a lot of guys that are top level guys there, so that's going to be an incredibly tough draw. I mean, 27-3 is no joke though with the record, the schedule that they have, the coaches that they have. But that's a tough one off the bat with Newcastle. But that could be a really good tick around match. Did Wetzel lose in the tick around last year?
Yes, he lost to Burgett.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty positive. If not, Deep will tell us. So,
well, we could have a rematch, but in the finals this time.
Yeah. So could be 215, pretty solid here. So
yeah, really good.
It is. It is. So is 285 here.
Yeah.
Yes. Starting off, I mean, you're not wrong here. 10-12. Dace McNeil, Zionsville having a rugged senior year. Logan Knurk of Indianapolis Lutheran go through a tough Perry region. That Perry sectional or whatever it was, the Southport. Central regional there. Tough. Logan Knurk, number 4. And he's a 4th placer, but taking all his losses during the state series, I believe. Number 12, that should be a good one right off the bat. Jay Jackson of Greensburg versus Tyrese Covington of Pendleton Heights. All eyes will be on that first round match, though.
Yeah, Knurk, he's built different. He's built like, I mean, he's not your typical heavyweight. Kind of like, not quite as big, but kind of like the Brownsburg kid last year, Forster.
Yeah.
Hard to pronounce his name, but yeah, just big kid. He won county this year, so he beat a lot of those, good county kids. Of course, Markey wasn't wrestling yet, so he didn't wrestle him. But he beat the Southport kid and the Lawrence Central kid that was pretty good. I think he ended up getting knocked out, though. But like you said, the regionals was brutal at 285.
I know the Warren Central guys kind of texted me. I was like, man, have you seen this Lawrence, Lutheran kid? And I said, I see, obviously his picture on Indiana Matt. He's a big kid, man. Big red haired kid.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, dude, he's a really good athlete. I know he's been on the watch list because he's had some, really notable results the last 2 years. But that'll be an interesting one right off the bat. Like, that's not a guy you probably, if you're a champ, that's not a guy you want to draw.
No.
Nope. So that should, I mean, McNeil he's small too, because he wrestled like at 190 or something earlier in the year, didn't he? He's a little bit. I know he's smaller because he. Oh no, I was thinking somebody else. Never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's pretty big. They said that basically Kennard's a guy like that. If you're drawing heavyweights, that's how you're gonna draw him.
Yeah, he looks like a big dude. Speaking of heavyweights, Will Catfish Glessing, best nickname in the. We found that out last year at state when you were sitting in the New Pal section. They're calling him Catfish. I'm like, who's Catfish? Like, that's what we call him. And funny story is we are at a baseball tournament and there's some young kids, high school kids that were umping the game, and I asked them where they're from. They said New Pal. I said, do you know Catfish? And they kind of looked at me funny, like, how do you know Catfish? Like, who doesn't know Catfish? So yeah. So they I don't know if it helped us because the one guy still, had about 6 inches off the plate were still strikes. He's consistent with it though.
I said make it 235, smaller but very strong. So that'd be a strong first match. Those boys are strong.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought he was smaller. I was also thinking the Westfield kid too.
Yeah. Aiden Pageant.
Yeah. But McNeil I thought was a little bit kind of shorter and stockier. But yeah, heavyweight's coming. I always say that heavyweight is probably one of the most difficult weights to wrestle, because you wrestle such a wide variety of body types and styles that people don't realize that, and a lot of your moves don't really work. You can't just scramble around, and you have to change your style a little bit sometimes to adapt to a shorter, stockier guy or a tall, big, strong guy, or just the old school, Jakari Markey or catfish type heavyweights.
Catfish
So,
moves good, man.
yeah.
I think he probably had the best summer of any of the heavyweights. If you look at all of his ISWA stuff, dude, he killed. I know he beat Horror Road this summer. He beat he basically beat Max. He beat everybody. Um, he had a really good year. He's on a video with Giorgio. Take me down for was it for 1,000? Does it take me down for 1,000 or 400?
That's not a. You want to go after a catfish,
dude. He was in. They had some good scrambles. Catfish moves well. I thought at one point Catfish was going to get him.
Yeah,
agile.
Yeah, so that should he's in a good spot. He has Diego Castillo from South Mount, Miles Lobb of Eltwood, and David Miller Jr. East Central. But Glessing's probably the he's in a good spot to make a second trip to state, and probably he's going to do well. He's having he's tough.
It's catfish.
Yep, and he won the regional for them. Need to pin in the finals, and he had to pin a tough Jakari Markey guy that actually placed higher than him last year at state. So that's not an easy thing to do. Is it's coming down to you, and go out there and get a pin, and you end up bringing back a regional title for your team. So they might be building a statue there. I don't know if anyone can confirm, but if they're not building a statue within a few years, I don't know why they will. I'll donate some money to that. So
Catfish first in folk style, first freestyle, second in Greco. He had a real good summer.
Yeah, he had a lot of good wins, and it's rolling right into the season, and definitely heavyweight. You have Hazlett, who's really tough, but there's some landmines there. You have Catfish, you have guys like Hartle Road, you have guys like Isaiah Coleman. We'll talk about him tomorrow night. Some guys that kind of are looking good and wrestling well, that can post some good matches for him.
I think. I mean, obviously we're moving on, but Catfish and Hazlett could be a really good match. It could be a really interesting match. Both those kids move really well. It's sneaky, athletic for their size. Obviously, we seen last year where Cam hit the backflip into the splits, which is pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, Howie's going to do that this year at state too. So,
what's it?
Yeah, you're going to do the backflip into the splits, right?
Yeah. He'll never see me again. I'll be in the hospital.
So, bottom half bracket: Hayden Stanley of Alexandria Monroe, tough sophomore regional champ for them. He has Cash Bulware of Connorsville. Next match is Ryan Dungy of Fishers. He will have Jakari Markey, only 5-1, had injury keeping him out for most of the season. Came back. He's a returning 6th place finisher. He had to go through. He's had to go through a tough sectional and regional, and obviously he didn't have get the regular season in, but obviously he's wrestling fairly well.
Dang,
returning regional champ last year too, or semi-state champ.
Semi-state champ, yeah.
So it could be a good quarter bracket here.
Yeah, it's really kind of amazing what Markey's done, because heavyweight, right? And they wrestle a long time. Usually, it's either a quick pin or they're going in overtime 1-1. He keeps winning. Yeah. So his conditioning must be pretty damn good for being out that long. So yeah, that's pretty impressive. And then of course we got another big guy from Alexandria Monroe. So and then Fisher's kid.
Yeah.
Dungy, he's solid. So yeah, you're right. That's a good little foursome bracket. All of them are so far.
He's had some really good wins this year, Dungy. He beat someone early on that was
Yeah, he
was
did.
it
I'm
Jackson Apple?
pretty high right off the bat.
Yeah, he beat Apple.
Yeah,
He beat Will Massey, Pageant, Grevin Fields. He beat him at conference, so
Yeah.
he's had some solid wins. Bottom quarter bracket, Seth Graham, Lawrenceburg. He has Jackson Apple of Noblesville. Van Boy Leon of Southport has AW Amglen Van Kirk of Hamilton Southeastern. That should be a good one. I'm seeing if they wrestled this year, and they did not wrestle. So that should be a real good quarter bracket there, 25 and 17 and 28. And Lawrenceburg guy, don't count out a Lawrenceburg big guy. I think they always do a good job coaching their kids up, and
They do.
3 losses, so could be a good one.
Yeah. Apple's been in the mix. He had state rankings, not in the semi-state rankings. That's a tough match, first match for Lawrenceburg kid. I haven't seen him this year, so I mean, 25-3 junior is pretty good.
yeah, he is. I mean, great record for those guys. But Leon, that guy's wrestled, I think, everybody. He's got some good wins, and he's gone back and forth with some guys. And AW, what do you call him? What's the name you were giving him?
That's like his real name was like Amagon, right?
M. Gallon.
But no one, but you better not call him that. It's AW, right?
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, Van By Leon.
He had a great.
Is he a sophomore? Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
They're both sophomores.
Yeah. Why do I have him as a junior? No one told me about that. So yeah, he was 2028. He was a freshman national third last year, so pretty good. Kind of came, got on our radar that way, going out to freshman nationals. Been in the rankings all year long, so pretty good year for him, and he's in a solid spot to be able to punch a ticket to the state as a sophomore. So
good one.
So that's the.
This is going to be an entertaining heavyweight semi-state.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's definitely not one you want to. You're not going to leave early for.
Oh.
That's and team race could come right down to it. You got obviously Catfish in there. That's going to be in the mix.
And Warren, I don't.
Warren has enough horses that if they get a couple guys through, that might kind of sneak them through that aren't heavy favorites. But you got Markey and Donald Bowie to that are could easily be semi-state champs.
Yep.
Out in a good spot there, so could be interesting. Semi-state wise, you got the team races. I think there's going to be one of the closer ones that in Fort Wayne.
Yeah.
Evansville might be pretty close with Center Grove and Brownsburg. So, but it's going to be interesting seeing how that shakes out, because I think there could be there's a lot of landmines in there, and not everyone got the best draws, especially the top teams. So they're going to have to wrestle through those draws and obviously wrestle to, have good days. So, thank you for joining us, Howie. Any big takeaways from the season? Any thanks you want to give out?
Oh yeah, thanks for having me. It was great.
Always like having you on here. We're excited for Newcastle's are going to be pretty tough. The upper weight is really good. I
took off Friday so I could be well prepared. We start 10-hour days, which really sucks. So I said I was like, I'm going to take Friday off just so I can rest and relax and be ready to be at Newcastle bright and early Saturday morning.
Nice. So anything, Mike, you want to talk about before we go? Tomorrow is the big night of Fort Wayne.
No, I always thank Howie. Obviously, doing semi-state rankings or state rankings is a thankless job, and I think you do a really good job. And obviously, going through here, there's a lot of guys that we don't get to see a lot that you have, seen and having the rankings. So it's really cool. I think, obviously not everyone's, privy to our group chat because we'd probably have less fans, maybe more fans, but it's always good to get you in here and kind of get your opinions on some things. And you've been around, with the boys, and then like also you have a good feel for not only your area, but some of the stuff that's going on out there in, Evansville and all that. So it's always good to get you on.
It's been awesome, man. I love doing this. So yeah, good times.
So, well, we will be back tomorrow night talking the Fort Wayne semi-state, one of my favorites, one of the top 4 semi-states. So yeah, we will be back. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you guys later.
Guys.